Are you ready to be great? Stop letting self-doubt, insecurity, and fear prevent you from building your business. This morning, wake up to success. Here's John Preston.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here this morning on Wake Up to Success. Today, we're going to continue our discussion about how to use these last couple weeks of the year to put yourself in the best position to be successful going into next year. I know many of you have already made statements like next year is going to be the best year I've ever had with my business, with my sales efforts, with whatever project I have underway. Next year is going to be awesome. Well, the problem with that is that opens you up to fall victim to the end of the year trap, which basically you tell yourself, I just can't get much done the rest of the year anyway. I'm going to be awesome next year. I'm just going to go ahead and take the next couple of weeks off, get my head right, focus my attention so that I'm ready to hit the ground running on January the 3rd. Now, that sounds great in theory, but the truth is for every day you don't work, it takes you a day to get back in gear. And what's going to happen is you're going to find yourself getting up on January the 3rd. You're going to be ready to take on the world, and you find yourself out of your routine. You're out of your systems. You forgot where you were on things. You've lost some of your skill on your presentation. And it's going to take you a couple of weeks to catch up because you took a couple weeks off. And that's going to put you in a bad position going into next year because the time middle of January rolls around, you're already going to start to get frustrated and down on yourself. To prevent that, you put the best use possible to the upcoming weeks to prepare yourself for that. This is a great time to take the first step towards getting ready for next year by decluttering your life. We all know that we have a lot of things going on in our life that are not directly related towards our goals or getting us to where we want to go. Now, obviously, when we talk about goals in the business world, those include personal goals as well, because when you own a business or you sell for a living, your personal goals and your professional goals can't be separated. So you have to be able to focus on all of them. So the first thing we want to do is really think about what you have going on in your life that consumes your energy that doesn't actually move you closer to your goals. We all have that. We are all set on boards that we sort of got suckered into being on. We like the cause, but we just don't have time and it doesn't push us towards our goal. We all have trouble saying no to friends and family who ask us to help them with projects. And while it's great to do those things, it's also great to recognize that the more of those side projects you're involved in, the more of that clutter in your life that stops you from focusing on your goals, the harder it is to achieve those goals. Now, one of the things that Warren Buffett is credited for, I don't know if he actually does this or not, but one of the things that legend says he does every year is at the end of the year, he makes a list of 20 things he would like to accomplish in the upcoming year. 20 things. And then, as you can imagine, with his resources, those 20 things are probably pretty big things. But then after he has that list in front of him, he goes through and marks off all of them but 3. Because he knows that he can't do it all. He can't accomplish it all. There's a finite number of hours in the day. And so he wants to make sure that he's focusing on the 3 goals that are most important to him. And then when something comes up that involves one of the other things he would like to accomplish, he simply says no, because he knows you can't do it all. And successful people recognize that, and they eliminate the clutter. So over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking some about goals and how to focus on your goals and how to set them. And as we begin that process, think about what your most important goals are in your life and think about how many things you do in the course of the day that simply do not move you closer to those goals. And the stuff you do that doesn't move you closer to your goals is clutter. And the more you can find a way to get rid of doing those things, the more positioned you're going to be to make next year one of your greatest years ever.